Hi. So I decided I'm going to go live on Thursdays for Thermal Cooking Thursday, and it's part of my thermal cooking show. So, and I'm going to take this and record it and save it over to my Let's Make Sense of Thermal Cooking group. So if you're not part of that group, you can find it on Facebook. I have a couple things. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you what I'm going to fix for dinner. And part of this is dinner tonight. It's also meal prep for, I don't know, later. Leesha wants to divide this up into meals and then have it regular, over the week, or maybe stick it in the freezer or something. I've prepped a little bit, but not very much. I put water in my pot. I'm using the Saratoga Jack's thermal cooker today, just because I don't really need it in here super long, and the Hope Stack works super awesome for a long period of time, and I don't know, I just decided to use this today. So what I'm going to do is I am making my brother's delicious, he does it actually with meatloaf, but I'm just going to do meatballs, okay? And it's super simple recipe. And I'm going to put it over potatoes. So I'm going to prep potatoes. I put water in my pot. I'm going to put my potatoes down in my pot. And like I said, this is going to feed way more than Leesha and I, but we're going to have it for other days. All right. And then I'm going to do the meatballs. And to do this, I am going to use the oven bag and put some meatballs in the oven bag. I mean, it's super simple. While I'm doing this, I want to tell you something that I got done today. I finally have my Hope Stack pattern up and on my website. So all my digital products are up there now. Alright, let's do a few more. So you can go to thermalcooking.net and you can go to the Get Cookers, and you can find all my digital products right there at the top. Alright, that'll work. So, there's my meatballs. I sort of eyed how many of these to put in with how much space I have left in my pot. And this particular recipe is so difficult. It calls for ketchup. I know, it sounds gross. It's actually really good. Usually, I just put the ketchup and if I had a pan, I would put my meatloaf in, and I put a bunch of brown sugar in, and I mean a lot of brown sugar. And I cover that all up with ketchup. Can you believe I'm making this? Anyway. Hi, Anita. Hey, Anita's online. Isn't it time for you to be sleeping? I don't know. What time is it there? It's way later than it is here. She's in Kenya, by the way. Okay, and I'm going to add some red pepper flakes to it, just to add a bit of a kick to it. Okay. I'm going to mix that around a bit. Put it over the thing here. And I don't know that you can see this. No, I can make it so you can see. So, you can see that I have my water is almost to the top, right there. I'm going to spread the meatballs out over the potatoes a little bit more. And so the water's just covering this. I'm going to put a lid on it, put it on the stove. When it comes to a boil, I'm going to boil it for, about 10 minutes. I'm going to boil it for 10 minutes. Chronicles of a New Baby. Yes, her baby's so cute, by the way. Alright, so that's it. I'm going to put this, you saw how to do this, I'm going to put it on the stove, let it boil for 10 minutes, put it in a Hope Stack, I could do that, or I could put it in the thermal cooker, I can put it in whatever I want, and then I'll take some pictures and post it with this feed in the Let's Make Sense of Thermal Cooking group, or maybe in the bottom of this link on my page, but anyway, I'm hoping to do this pretty much every Thursday, just give you a little bit of thermal cooking information, and share it to my group and wherever else I want it. Anyway, thanks for visiting me, Anita. I hope you get some sleep. It's so good to see you on here. Anyway, till later. Ciao.
All right, my 10 minutes is up. So I'm going to go ahead and put my lid over this. If I had my lid on earlier, once it started boiling, it overflowed close, so I took off the lid. And then, let's go ahead and slide it in here. Make sure this is inside. And there we go. Leesha will take care of that later and take it out and eat. And I will show you what it looks like when I get back from work. Okay, bye.
Hi, I just wanted to follow up with yesterday's barbecue meatballs in the thermal cooker for the thermal cooking Thursday and show you what happened. So I went to work last night and Leesha opened up the cooker and got out what she wanted and had her dinner and then closed everything back up in. So when I woke up this morning, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I should show everybody what happened. So in here, let's take out the pot. She just left it here so that I could go ahead and show you guys. And because what we're going to do with it is we want to do meal prep, right? So I'm going to use these little containers and we're going to put some food in these and then put them into the freezer and pull them out as we want them. So here's my meatballs. Okay, and they turned out nice. It looks like, I don't think I'm going to add any thickener to that. I think that feels pretty good as far as having a little gravy over the top. And you can see it's got plenty of liquid and gravy in it. And I'll pull some of those out in a second, show you, and we'll try it. And then here's the potatoes. I mean, they're cooked absolutely perfectly. And when I do the meal prep, probably get a knife and not worry about using a fork. But anyway, we'll use a fork for now. Cut these into pieces. And these are Yukon potatoes, so I don't even need to get rid of them. I'm just going to leave the skins on them. Alright. I'm just going to cut those like that. If I wanted to, I could add just a tad of butter and put as many as I want in there for that meal. Okay, there we go. And let's check out the barbecue. And like I said, this was super simple. Just ketchup, brown sugar, and a little bit of red pepper flakes. And I'm going to do like 5 meatballs on there. You can do as many as you want. And let's look at that gravy. I don't know if you can see this. I can't really see it very well. But see, it's thick enough to use on there. I could add a little tiny bit of thickener if I wanted. And I use that a lot when I do like these all-in-one pot type meals. But there's my barbecue with potatoes. Let me test the flavor of this. It's really good. It worked. It's really good. I say it worked because I've never done this before in a thermal cooker. Did you notice how fast it was? I put it together super fast. That whole video was 5 minutes that I did on thermal cooking Thursday. And then and now look how fast it was just to pull it out and set it on a plate. Thermal cooking, although it takes time to leave it in a thermal cooker, the flexibility of when you open it is totally up to you. And then see how fast it was to actually prep it? I mean, it's super awesome. So I've never made this one before. Usually what my brother does is when he makes it with meatloaf, he puts it in the oven, and then it sort of caramelizes it just a tad, which this is more like a little bit of a gravy barbecue sauce, but the flavor is the same. It's got that tiny bit of kick from the cayenne or the red pepper flakes. And now what I'm going to do is put a few vegetables in here, put the lid on, and then these are going in the freezer. And it looks like I'll have enough for, I don't know, maybe 5 meals, maybe 6. 2, 4, 6, 7, maybe more. I might get 8 meals out of it. Okay? Anyway, I hope that was helpful, and stay tuned for next Thermal Cooking Thursday next week, and all of these videos will be available on both my YouTube channel of Let's Make Sense of Thermal Cooking and my Facebook page, thermalcooking.net. Until next time, ciao. Hi. So I went ahead and I put all my food for my meatballs into the containers that I have, and all I did was put some frozen vegetables. You can see that I got some frozen broccoli, and I did some frozen green beans in there. But I'm just going to freeze them again anyway, so I stuck them in there along with my potatoes. It made 7 meals for me. The one pot full from what I did yesterday made 7 meals, plus whatever Leesha ate last night, plus I have an extra potato. So I'll have that for lunch. Anyway, there you have it. these will be all ready for us when we're ready to have some meals. So anyway, until next Thursday, ciao.